Welcome to the Notary Educators with Kimmi Podcast. Hosts Kimmi and Jeff Nunnally, along with Alexis Franklin, share expert insights to help you launch and grow a successful mobile notary business no matter what state you are commissioned in. Learn how to become a top-notch loan signing agent and get answers to common notary questions. Explore our all-inclusive $47 monthly training library, plus live weekly online coaching sessions with courses on general notary work, wedding efficient services, remote online notary, ink fingerprinting, apostille, translation services, and I-9 completion. Notary Educators, LLC is your one-stop shop for notary training. Tune in to the Notary Educators with Kimmi podcast and subscribe to the Notary Educators with Kimmi's YouTube channel also for more tips. Take your notary business to new heights.
Hey guys, welcome. I need somebody to tell me. Oh, I can see, looks like I have sound. Welcome. I'm going live on my laptop for the first time today. I've never did that before. Welcome. We're going to give YouTube a few minutes to do what it does. And we will go from there. Welcome. To everybody who's watching live, those who will catch the replay, we want to officially welcome you to Notary Educators with Coach Kimmi, number one notary educator, because that's what we do around here. We teach people how to do, how to learn how to notarize like a pro. Welcome. Hey, Wanda, can you tell me if you can hear me? Hey, everybody. Hey, Tracy. Welcome. Can you guys hear me okay? This is my first time going live on my laptop. Hey, Wanderlust Chick. I love that. So let me see. It's Wanderlust Chick on more. Welcome. Okay, thank you, Wanda. Yes, guys. Today we are talking, and welcome to the mentorship to Wanderlust. I can't wait to meet you officially. Hey, Annette. Thank you. I appreciate it. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. So today we are talking all things divorce. Yes, divorce signings. Are you guys doing divorce signings? Have you completed a divorce signing? Let me know. Let me know. Have you completed one? So I want to talk a little bit about that. We got a few announcements, and I'm just ecstatic that I was able to go live on my laptop. So let's see, can I make it taller? Okay, this is good. This is a good start, guys. This is a good start. All right, so let's hop right into it, okay? And then you guys can feel free, as always, to ask your questions, and we're gonna go over some announcements too shortly, okay? So let's do it. So again, for those who do not know, I am Coach Kimmi. I teach notaries nationwide how to have a profitable business. We do talk about all the fancy bells and whistles, marketing and all of that, but I already know if you don't know how to stamp that paper, you have no business doing business. So that's why I teach you how to notarize like a pro. And that's why you hear me talk about that so much. It is so important to know how to properly notarize a document. You will not have a business if you're just focused on, oh, my branding is pretty. Oh, I have purple. I have black. I have No, that's not how you run a business, guys. Now, I'm all about that life too, okay? As you can see, I don't never hop on here and I'm not color coordinated. My website looks good. I just rebranded it actually a little bit. And sometimes you may have to refresh your business too, okay? But anyway, right quick, we are going to discuss divorce signing. So let's tell you what happened. You can tell me what you would have did. Wanderlust says, nope, brand new notary here. Welcome again to the industry and to the mentorship program. I look forward to working with you, okay? Start watching your courses, and then we meet every single Monday live. Make sure you come to the lives, okay? That's a very important feature, and access the community immediately. I'll tell you guys about that shortly, okay? So when it comes to divorce signings, so let's get right into it. I had one the other day when I called the client to make the appointment. I said, hey, Mr. Smith. Y'all know I love Mr. Smith. I said, hey, Mr. Smith. I said, this is Kimberly, ... And then I go, so when I make the appointment, I said, so you and Mrs. Smith will be at the appointment. Mrs. Sherrill will be at the appointment. And he says, oh, And the moment he said that, because I've been doing this a long time, I already knew what that meant. Something was going on controversial with them, some problem, okay? And the problem was that they was getting divorced. So then he says, well, not to get you in all of my business, but we are actually going through a divorce, okay? So I said, okay, well, will she be able to be at the signing? So he says, well, let me call her, then I'll call you back. Okay, fine. Because sometimes I've had people, when they are at odds, they'll ask me, can you call the other person? No, I do not have time for that. I'm running a business. If your name is on a document, her name is on the document, you both need to get it signed together. In this case, it was a car document. You call her. You set it up, and then you call me back. I'm not getting ready to play phone tag, okay? I'm just not. So anyway, he gets it all scheduled. We get to the appointment, and we're sitting there. It was very awkward. I hate divorce signings. And this was not a divorce signing. Actually, it was divorced people or getting divorced in the process having to sign a joint document, okay? So we're sitting there, and it's kind of awkward. I'm trying to make conversation with both of them. I'm like, oh, I love your hair. And I'm talking to him, oh, are you getting another car? And, just trying to make conversation. It's very, very hard, like I said, because they were at odds. So he thanks her. He says, thank you so much for coming. Because she could have been like, I ain't coming nowhere, right? So she came to sign off on the document, which it was in her behalf. If you ask me, it was in her benefit to come and sign off on it. Because if you guys are at divorce, now you at odds, get my name off of all your stuff. Okay. That's just real talk. So anyway, he thanks her, and she goes, did I have a choice? And like with an attitude, right? And I was like, oh, Lord. And I said, well, he was trying to be nice. But see, this is the thing about divorce signings, and this is where the training comes in, okay? I want to teach you guys to remain neutral. I've had divorce signings when the spouse, one of them is crying because she's upset about it, or he's a little emotional. We had one divorce signing that was happening. Now, these are actual divorce documents that they're signing together. We had another one where they were so nice to each other. They were so cool. We couldn't understand why they getting divorced. We was like, me and Jeff was like, y'all can't work it out, which is not our business, right? That's not why we're there. But it still was kind of like they were so cool with each other. Why y'all getting divorced? Did you fight hard enough? I don't know. But anyway, they were super cool. So, but when we're doing divorce signings, you want to remain neutral. Don't be on his side. Don't be on her side. Don't try to even act like, girl, yeah, I know men can be like, or be, you don't want to be on his side. Be like, if you're a male notary, and be like, yeah, these women today, stay neutral as you can. Be respectful. I still had to handle my business. I had to get those documents signed. So I'm talking to them individually since they're not communicating together. I didn't really say Mr. and Mrs. I was making sure I just said, okay, Ms. Rochelle, could you, or Mr. John, could you? And I was like, okay, Mr. Smith, trying to make sure I use his name with her, because I know it was a source of irritation, even though she still had his name. So that's a few little tips when it comes to divorce signings, how you want to make sure that you are not in the middle. And at the end, I usually will conclude by saying something like, I wish you both the best. Okay, because I don't know what happened. I don't know if somebody cheated, somebody was being mean to the other person. I don't know. So because we don't know, we need to mind our business, right? Are we in agreement? How would you handle that? Anything you would have did differently? Any suggestions you could give on how it should have proceeded? What do you do if you have a divorce signing? Or if you're working with two people that are in the process of getting divorced? And again, you have to be cautious because they will try to suck you in. Sometimes they will try to suck you in, okay? All right. So I'm waiting to see if you guys had a comment. Hey, Lisa, what's going on? How do you all handle divorce signings out there? And if you're not doing divorce signings, let me tell you a little bit about what that could look like, okay? Lisa says I'm late. Oh, you're good, girl. So let's talk a little bit, because some of you may not even know what a divorce signing is. Again, typically, in this case, I had two people that are getting divorced that had to sign some documents. But you will be called, and this is part of general notary work, to notarize divorce documents. Now, I go over all of the divorce documents in my specialty notary training. Wanda says she's not had one yet. Yeah, so you'll get those quite a bit. You will get a lot. So the attorney may prepare the documents. Sometimes they just go down to the courthouse and get the documents. Sometimes they'll prepare their own divorce documents. People are really brave nowadays with ChatGPT and everything. So you have different ways that will present, But the key, again, though, is making sure you remain neutral. So if you want to deep dive into the specialty training course, you can look at the divorce documents that I've included in the specialty training. I have a whole section on that, how to handle that. But I've given you quite a few tips here. I ain't going to just leave you hanging. I always give you something. And then, again, the main thing is just make sure that you're empathetic also. Okay. You're empathetic. I had one person, he snatched the documents from her. And I'm sitting there looking like, okay, I know why y'all getting divorced. I know why. Not funny. I'm not laughing at them, but I'm like, I can tell why she's leaving you. I can tell right now why she's leaving you, because you're mean. He's snatching the papers from her, Then, like I said, we had another lady that was crying. So try to be empathetic. You might have to stop the signing at a point while they get themselves together, because, we be about that time and money. We're not standing there for 10 hours while they try to figure it out. This is another package that you will want to make sure your client has prepared in advance. You don't want to roll up to the divorce signing and they still figuring out who's going to get the dog, who's going to get the cat. Okay? So that goes into proper screening. That's one of those questions I teach you to ask. Are the documents already completed? Because if not, you'll be sitting there while they arguing about, no, the cat is mine. No, the dog is mine. No, I'm taking the bird. Okay? So we want to make sure that part of our screening process, and if you don't have a screening process, again, you probably want to check out the mentorship program, which I'm going to tell you about in just a second. And that way you'll know how to handle any type of signing, not just divorce signings. Okay. What we teach you is processes. We do the same thing every time. Just like you go to McDonald's and you get a hamburger. Okay. That hamburger tastes the same throughout the United States. I don't care what state you go to. They have a process. They put the hamburger, they put the cheese, they put the onions, they put the ketchup, they put the mustard, right? Don't forget to like the video, guys, and subscribe if you're not a subscriber. But so that's what we teach you, is to have a process. Okay. Lisa says, yes, they can get ugly very quick. Yes, they can get ugly very quick. And Lisa knows, she's been a part of mentorship a couple of times. So she's a pro at them. She's a pro at doing general notary work. And if you want to be a pro too, again, check out our mentorship program. I'm going to tell you about the two options right now to work with us. If you are interested in learning how to do estate/trust packages, and it doesn't require you guys to spend $500 for a certificate. You need to have the knowledge to know how to do these things. Okay. I see a lot of that going on now. You got to pay $500 to get a certificate, and that's going to ensure, and people, if you read the fine print, they will always say, this doesn't mean you're going to get work. Okay. But I know that you will get work if you know the process and you know what to do. You know how to speak the language. Okay, that's how you're going to get work. Having a piece of paper is not going to get you work. So I'm going to tell you about the two entry points to work with us. So we either have a $27 package or a $47 package. And within the package, you're going to learn how to properly notarize your documents. Your core courses will be in a smaller package. All the courses are in the $47 package. You got your estate/trust, how to know what an affiant is, okay? How to administer an oath. What supplies do you need? Getting started. What's the verbiage? How to talk to the clients, okay? We do role playing. It's like you and I sitting in the room together. So you will be fully ready and confident and competent to handle any signing, okay? So we also meet every single Monday night. Now, if you cannot make Monday nights, there are the replays. So we meet every single Monday. So you training throughout the week, whatever. We have a community. You drop your question in the community that runs 7 days a week. If you need help with an actual signing, then we have the help button as part of the community. So, hey, I'm filling out these documents. Oh, I don't know what goes here. Let me drop it over in chat so somebody can help me. That's all you get part of the community. So you can check it out at notaryeducators.com. You can join today. You can get started today. You don't have to wait till next Monday. You can join right now. Start watching your classes, okay? And then building your foundation. Building your foundation. What questions do you all have for me while I am here live? What questions do you guys have for me? Also, while I'm waiting on your questions, we are hosting a free live Notary Educators meet and greet. And it is going to be hosted here outside Metro Atlanta. It's going to be in Stone Mountain, Georgia on August the 15th between 11 and 3. You will be responsible for your own food and drink. I'm just providing the location and organizing. Of course, we'll be on hand to answer questions and just meet and greet. Sometimes people are like, well, I don't have a community. I don't know anybody. I don't have any friends. So we try to bring people together. We're going to be doing more of them, okay? But this one here is going to be in Stone Mountain, Georgia. I'm not disclosing the location yet because I do need people to sign up. We cannot just bum rush this location. And I know that's what people like to do. They wait to the last minute and then everybody just show up. No, we cannot do that. We have to have some orders. So I will disclose the location probably about 2 or 3 days out. Okay. So sign up. We're going to do some games. We're going to do some role playing in person. And I'm just excited about it. I think it's going to be amazing. So if you can join us, if you're in the area, come on through. Some people, I had 2 people sign up, one from South Carolina and one from Florida. So I don't know if they're going to actually make it or not. But if you can, come on through, even though it may be a little drive for you. You know, our first meet and greet we had a few years ago, people did come from North Carolina, South Carolina. So if you're like within a 2 or 3 hour drive, it may be worth it for you to come on through and let's meet. Let's see what's going on with your business. You know, let's talk it out a little bit. So we're going to just do a little bit of everything at the meet and greet. It's not an actual training session. But, you know, wherever I go, if I walk in a room, we are learning something. So you will not be disappointed. You will not. Lisa says, I can't wait to see everyone. Yes, we're looking forward to seeing you too, Lisa. We are looking forward to seeing you. So any questions that I can answer for you regarding your notary business, about the notary business? We talked about the mentorship options for you to work with us. You can join now. You can join right this second and start watching your courses immediately. Join the community today. Introduce yourself. Hey, I'm here. Let us say hi. And then we talked about the live that's coming up. The next thing I want to talk about, one more announcement. And well, actually 2 more. But one more announcement is that we actually now have the replay library, because I had some people reaching out with Kimmi. I'm not ready for full-blown mentorship yet, but I want to know what's going on in the community. I want to see what y'all talking about. I want to see these classes and these extra trainings, because we already have our core course library, but every time we meet on Monday night, we do a little teaching and then we open it up for Q&A. So those replays are just as valuable as anything else. Those replays be on fire, y'all. They do. So as a result of people constantly asking us, we were like, well, how can we let people get a sneak peek and see what's going on in the community if they're not ready for full-blown mentorship? And guess what we came up with? Yes, there is the replay library. So you can watch that right here on YouTube. You can watch the replay library right here on YouTube. So what does that look like? And we want to thank our channel. So you will become a channel member here on YouTube. You can watch those videos that say members only. Those are past sessions. So you can go back and catch it. The ink fingerprinting, the apostille trainings, it's all kind of trainings, okay? And when I say trainings, they're initially, like I said, about the first 10 to 15 minutes, and then we open it up for coaching. So while those other people were getting coached, you can be coached. And then we still have our regular training classes. So play around with our website. You got a lot of different options to work with us, a lot of different options, okay? And we make everything reasonably affordable for people. It's not because the product is not great. It's not because the product is not great. It's because we want everyone to win. And the more people win, you guys are going to go tell your friend, girl, I'm training with Notary Educators. Why you pay that person $500 for a certificate? Why? And I paid $27 over here to learn how to notarize like a pro. Tell me again, why did you do that? You're going to be talking to your girlfriend. Why did you pay $1,000 for that when you can have the all-inclusive program for $47? Right? So it's up to you. You guys know who we are. So again, notaryeducators.com. You can check out all the different ways you can work with us. The other thing I wanted to talk about is the new release of my safety guide. If you have not seen that, I should have brought one over here with me, but I don't feel like getting up to go get it. But the notary safety guide, and then the safety guide. Hey guys, welcome everybody. If you have any questions, please feel free. Now's the time to ask, okay? But in the notary safety guide, I'm actually giving you tips on how to be safe out in these notary streets, okay? Be it handling what to do when the person has a dog, or be it how to handle my men notaries when they go out to a woman's house, my regular women notaries when you go out to people's homes. How are we dressing? You know, are we asking for problems with the way we're dressing? So I have pictures in there, do's and don'ts. Y'all know how we do. So just check it out. And that's the Notary Safety Guide. All the book collection and the number one books are at notaryeducators.com too. You can just click the book picture and see which one you would like to get, okay? And I am going to leave you a coupon code, and I'm opening it up again for all questions about your business. If you're trying to grow your business, if you're just starting your business, wherever you are in your business, let me get in your business. Coupon code, let's do WIN2025, and that's going to get you 60% off any of the self-paced courses, okay? The self-paced courses, and that's 60% off. Coupon code WIN2025, or you can actually just go ahead and sign up for the all-inclusive package or the startup plan, okay? So take your time and just read what we are offering at notaryeducators.com, okay? Do we have any questions today? We don't have any questions. So what do we think about divorce signings? What do we think about that? How are we going to handle it? How are we going to handle divorce signings going forward? I know many of you said you're not even doing divorce signings yet. But once you start, I'm not going to say you're going to enjoy doing them. But as you become a pro at them, and that's what we teach you how to notarize like a pro, you won't be as afraid of them. I know when I first had my first couple and they're like, well, we're divorced or we're divorcing. And I've seen how people interact with each other. I mean, you know, it takes a little skill. Everything takes skill. Pricing your services take a skill. Customer service takes skills. But we go over all of that in training. We do a lot of customer service role playing, how to talk when it comes to marketing, what to say, how to say it. When we did last night, we didn't do a lot of mock training last night, but we went over the notary journal. And we did do some role playing, actually. I mean, I don't do nothing without role playing. It's just who I am. I love role playing. I love role playing. So last night we had the role play. We have a client, one of my students, I say we, but we have a client that needs to have some follow up to complete their transaction. And they're now trying to help the notary out. So I went through some role playing with the notary onto how she should handle that. You know, she could think about it. Let's see. We got L Boggs takes life broader. I like that. Hello, all. Thank you for this information. New notary here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So familiarize yourself with the channel. That's where I always tell people to start. If you're liking what you see, we do have a book written for each state that can help you to start and grow your business. Then we actually have full-blown mentorship, either at 2 different entry points. So you can check that out. You can start working with us immediately. The chat that we have, our community runs 7 days per week. I am typically in the community operating until around 11 at night because I have a lot of people on the West Coast. So I got to make sure that they're taken care of. But if it's not me commenting and helping you, our community is very much involved helping each other. Yes, very much, very much. Okay. Wanderlust Chick says, I think my biggest issue is being afraid just to start. LLL. That's why I'm in the mentorship program, worried about making mistakes. Yes. And your confidence level will grow as you are learning what to do. I find a lot of people are just like you. They have all of their supplies. They just are scared. I just talked to somebody actually, and I was telling them the same thing. Once you know what to do and you watch a few of those trainings, your confidence is going to immediately be building immediately. And you're going to be looking for something to stamp. You're going to be like, wait a minute. I need a piece of paper to stamp. Give me something. So, and then you don't have to be afraid anymore, wanderlust. You wander. You don't have to. Guess why? Because you got the mentorship program. If you get stuck, we have the help feature. Okay. We have the help feature, and it literally is a red button that says help. Let me look at it. Make sure I'm quoting myself. Yep, it says help and a little hand up assignment. So while you're preparing your documents, if you get stuck, you're like preparing for your loan modification, you're preparing for your divorce signing, whatever it is you're preparing for. And then you're like, you know what? I just don't know what to do. Just type it in the community. Either myself, one of the trainers, or one of your fellow notaries will answer, because we got a lot of people been with us forever. And they don't stay in the program because they don't know how to notarize. They stay in the program for a community. Every single week we learn something new. And you may say, y'all got that much to talk about in this notary space. Yep, we sure do. That's why the mentorship program has been operating now for almost 3.5 years. We're going into almost 4 years. Yes, it is that much to talk about. It is that much to talk about. So people come because they're just trying to get started. They stay because of what they learn every single week. Yesterday, I learned some stuff. I can't tell you what it was because we be talking about so much stuff. In between my lives here on YouTube, talking over mentorship, some of these conversations, they be running together. But every single week, we learn something. Every single week. Every single week. Let's see. So Wanderlust says, thank you, Kimmi. And by the way, I'm in the group under Lori Cornell. Okay, Lori. Thank you for telling me that, Lori, because I find people had a YouTube name, they got their membership name, they got their TikTok name. All right, Lori, we got another Lori too. So Lori, go to community and download the mobile app for Kajabi, because that's where the courses and everything is housed. And introduce yourself over in the community, okay? I'm going to be looking for you. And you got, let me just go over this really quick while you're here live, okay? So you got 3 options over there. You'll see the live meetups. If you click live meetups, those are the days that we're actually meeting, and it'll always have the topic, a little thumbnail of the picture and what we're talking about. And then right under that is a community chat. You can put anything you want there. We're doing Google reviews, Google page reviews rather, all the time, website reviews. So you don't have to wait until Monday night. With anything in your notary business, being a community, you don't have to wait till Monday. Monday is just when we're live, and some people like to either expound on a topic or they want to wait till Monday, or it can wait till Monday. But we're here 7 days a week to help you grow your business, okay? So you would just put it in the community chat, what's going on. I was going to try to show you, but I don't think I can on here. Not on YouTube. Oh, I can do share screen. Oh, really? Let me try. Hold on. Let me try. Oh, let me see. Let me open up a screen so I can show y'all some of the inside. Hold on. Let me try. Let me try. Just so y'all can see what I'm talking about. Hold on. Let's see. Because this is my first time going live actually on my laptop. I usually do it on my, let me see. I usually do it on my, oh, okay. Let's go community. Okay, so let's come back to YouTube and let's do share screen. All right. Can I see it too, or just y'all? Okay. Let me come back to YouTube. Oh, look, guys. Look. Let's see. Oh, I gotta do it again. Okay, hold on 1 second. I hit the wrong button. There we go. Look! Oh my God, this is great. Okay, so now this is what community looks like. Now the only thing is, what happens when I go? So I can see, you can see it. So let me move around. Y'all have to tell me when I come back. Tell me, can you see this? Okay. So over here on this side, we have meetups. So you can see these are all our past sessions. You can come back and watch these. Now, this is not what's on YouTube. YouTube is from a previous year. Okay, so these are not the current ones that's on YouTube. YouTube is from a previous year. But these are all our past sessions. We did copy certification, how to handle non-payment, just a notary chit chat. That's when I can just pop up and go live. But social media, these are all the different sessions that we've had, okay? Then over here is where you're going to actually type. So you can come over here and put your post. So you can put whatever you want. Like I said, hey, it may say something like, hey, Kimmi, not hey, Kimmi, just put it to the group typically, but just, hey, guys, or hey, notary members, can y'all check out my website? And then everybody will look at it, who got time, and they'll give you some feedback on it, okay? If you need help, you see this little help area? Help, I got an assignment, help. Help, that lets me know, hey, this person needs some help with their assignment, okay? That lets the team know, because it's a highlight, and then everybody who's on, they will be looking to make sure that we get you the help that you need, okay? So do we see how the community can help you? I just want you to see that, okay? So we are here, and I'm going to come back out. Let me hit end on the share. I'm going to just show you some of the courses in the community right quick. Let's go back, and I'm going to show you that. And that number you saw, active users, were just people that's commenting in the community. Let's go to the courses right quick. So you can see, I'll do the startup plan for you, okay? I'll do the startup plan for you so you can see what courses are actually in the startup plan, okay? Let's start with that one. Uh-oh. All right, here we go. And for those on the podcast, you can always come back and watch this on the YouTube channel, okay? All right. So let me do share screen so you can see what's included in the $27 package, okay? There we go. So we got the specialty general notary, okay? Notarize like a pro is included. These are not watered down courses. These are my real courses, but I just decided to put it into like a Netflix for you. So you can just watch it at your leisure. You are still invited to the weekly workshops. That's a new feature for us about a year and a half ago now. Everybody's in one community. We used to have two different ways of communicating, but now we're one family. And it's been working out. How to build your business literally step by step. How to price your services. Again, when it comes to pricing your services, guys, if you don't know how to price your business, your services, you will be out of business. So that's an actual skill set to know how to price your services. Okay, so we got that. That's just a little bonus course there. And you got access to the replays, okay? So let me come back over here. And we're going to X out of that. Any questions, feel free to drop your questions. And then let me show you the actual all-inclusive right quick so you can see what courses are included in that, okay? Hold on one second. I'm going to just pull that up for you so you can see the all-inclusive package. Because some of you may be saying, well, I want the all-inclusive package. I want to go all in. So let me show you that right quick. Let's see who this client is, guys. This is a live client. So let's see. Thank you for calling None Better Notary. This is Kimberly. How may I help you?
Hey, good afternoon. I was wondering if you could do me a favor. We're trying to get a pay application submitted today. My wife we live over on Norris Lake. My wife's at home. Are you guys mobile or can we come to you to get a paper notarized?
Oh, actually, we do both, sir. Yes, you can come to us or we can travel to you. And how many signatures are required on this document?
I believe it's just one for a pay application. She'd probably know better. We just want to make sure that you have availability and pricing.
Yes, we do. If it's just the one document as stated and you travel to us, it'll be $25. If we have to travel to you, it'll be $50 for the one document as stated.
Okay, no problem. Mm-hmm. I'll have her, and then you take card and anything?
Yes, sir. Debit, credit, Zelle, whatever you prefer. Mm-hmm. And we are by appointment only, so we just need to confirm the time because we're mobile also. So I just want to make sure we're here when you come.
Okay. I'll have her reach out to you here in a second.
Okay.
Is the address on your Google the address for her to come to?
That would be correct. Yes, sir.
Alrighty. Yeah, she's right around the corner, so that's fine. Let me give her a call and see what's going on.
Okay, my pleasure. Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
Bye-bye. So you guys know we ain't stopping this live for nothing, right? That's a real call. So really quick, I know I was showing you something on the computer, but I want to talk about this call that just happened. I normally ask a whole lot more questions than that, but since he was kind of in a hurry and I was in a hurry too, if it's just one document, one signature is stated, come on through. We'll figure it out, okay? Because I usually ask a few more screening questions than that, and that's what I teach you to do as part of the process, okay? Again, this was a one-off because I'm live. I'm live. I'm in a hurry. It sounds like he's in a hurry too. So as long as they check out when he gets here, we're going to be okay. All right. And I offer mobile services. That's the major part of my business, the major part of my money. But I don't mind if people travel to me. Like it's 5:00. I don't feel like going out the house right now. I just don't. In my state, we cannot do remote online notary. So that's not an option for him. But if somebody want to roll on through and they come over here, sure, we'll do it. Okay. So I offer two options. We just had this conversation in community. I'm going to get your comment too, Wander. Lori, give me just a minute. I'm going to get your comment. Your question. But we just had this happen in this question over in community actually last week. Someone was saying, hey, I want to start getting more of this business out here, but sometimes I'm working at home. I cannot go out. Hold on, y'all. This might be another call. The evenings are popping. Hold on. Thank you for calling None Better Notary. This is Kimberly. How may I help you?
Hi, good afternoon. How are you?
I'm good. How about you?
Good, thank you.
You might be in a bad area because I can't hear you.
I'm sorry.
Uh-huh.
Hear me better?
I could then, yes. Uh-huh.
Okay. Yes, I call my cousin, I think he just called you to see if you can notarize something for me.
Oh, yes, ma'am. Uh-huh. So it's just one document, he said?
Yes, it's just one. I just want to make sure that if it's okay if I came right now.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can come now. And I was telling your husband it's $25, and you do have current ID. Uh-oh, she's in a bad area. Hello?
Yes.
Oh, I was saying you have current identification?
Yes.
Okay, very good. Okay, yes, you can come now. So it's 508.
Let me see. I see it. Okay, let me put where the is.
He said you were at Norris Lake, so it seems like you probably are going to be maybe 10 minutes, not even.
So it's 5:08.
Yes, the time is 5:08. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
What time would you like to come?
It's like 7 minutes away.
Okay, so you want to come now?
Yes, is that okay?
Yes, ma'am. We'll be looking for you.
All right. Thank you.
My pleasure.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Okay, so that was the husband and the wife called. Okay, I thought it was another client that I had been expecting. She needed one document, but she was I could tell she didn't want to pay the price just from how she was acting. So I said, you know what, try UPS or your bank. She said, oh my, I don't have a bank here. So, okay, so let me get your question, Wanderlust. So you see, guys, there is business, and I'm open till 8 on paper. But if somebody ever needs to come to me past 8, as long as they call and we have an appointment, I will take people. The latest I'll usually go is 9. We got more daylight now, but I can be kind of picky on that. But then too, not really, guys. I screen them, and I screen them and stamp them. Screen them and stamp them. Okay, she says, I have a question. So how do you handle payments when it involves those that are getting their final life end documents in order? Very emotional and sensitive time. Hard to ask for payment. Yeah, so it's not going to be hard to ask for payment because they know they have to pay you. They know that you've rendered a service and you're going out there. And I'm just always, I'm very, very big on customer service. So I'm not sitting there like, okay, they just signed this paper. I know they about to, leave the world and you got to give me my money. No, we're working into it. They may want to tell you a story. It may take them a few minutes longer. And they're typically not by themselves. It's typically a family member or a nurse there or hospice, somebody's there with them. Typically, I've never had a person that was at end of life or something like that and they were by themselves. There's always someone there with them. Always someone there with them. I'm going to get ready to wrap this live up. So what that would sound like, though, Mr. Smith has just finished signing his documents. And I'll just say, Mr. Smith, let me do a quick double check and make sure everything is in order. And they'll always just say, okay. They're not like frantic. They're typically not overly emotional with you. It can be sad because I've had a lot of deaths in my own family. So it is very emotional, even for me as the notary. But at the end of the day, I'm able to separate it sometimes. Sometimes I do get emotional myself, but I've never had anybody break down in a full-blown cry or anything like that. And if they do, we're going to stop the signing. Mr. Smith, just take your time. It's okay. We're not in a hurry. And then at the end, as I'm doing my double check, and like I said, they're never there by themselves. I'll ask the person who's there helping them, and what method of payment would that be today? You know, again, I'm keeping it very emotional. Empathetic is my word I'm looking for. I'm being very empathetic. I'm not like, okay, finish, chop, chop. I got to go to the next one. No, every situation is going to be different. Every situation. I had one yesterday. It wasn't end of life, but this lady was already 10 minutes late. So she rolls up. She had to return her rental car and she kind of strolling in. And she's like, well, I'm going to finish over here with the rental car people turning that in. And then I'm going to come and sign papers with you. Not. You're going to put that rental car in the back and come sign these papers with me because now I got to go. You already 10 minutes late. You signing those papers with them has nothing to do with these papers right here. So you have to take control of the situation. We talk about that a lot in training. You have to take control of the situation, take control of the signing. When my client comes, I'm going to tell you guys I got to go, okay? Let me tell Jeffrey I got a client coming. Hold on one second. I'm going to put y'all on mute. I'm going on mute podcast. Hold on. Okay, I just had to let him know somebody's coming. Oh, so really quick, let me go back to what happened in with the person in the mentorship. So she was like, yeah, I want to get some of this money, but I don't want to let people come to my house. So we told her, you know, you got a couple of options if you don't want people to come to your home. You can always do a mobile office. You can, when I say mobile, that means I'm going to meet them up at the local McDonald's or the post office or something like that. In my case, I do allow them to come right here to my home. Like I told them, we're by appointment only. You can't just roll up over here. So that way I know who's coming, who's going. All right. And so there's a lot of different ways to make your money. Some people don't even have a car. So that's what I teach when they don't have a car. They might come to you. You might be able to Uber to them. So we're not leaving no money on the table. If I don't have no car, I'm going to price it in such a way that I can pay my Uber driver and still hopefully still make my money. Okay. And you might even find you a friend that you can hook up with and say, hey, can you, you might have a friend that you can hook up. I was trying to read that question. You might have a friend that you can hook up with and say, hey, I don't have a car, but I have these assignments. I could pay you $25 per assignment. And they're not working. They don't have nothing going on. They're like, okay, give it to me. By the end of the day, you schedule it right. You guys she can make 100 and you make your money. So I don't believe in leaving money on the table. We talk about all that kind of stuff. Okay. DJ Bone says, what does that document look like? The one that just called in, is it covered in your training? See, that's the thing. I don't even know what it looks like. Don't have a clue. That's why, DJ, what we teach you is the process, how to notarize any piece of paper, honey, even a piece of toilet paper. Okay. I have that video here on my YouTube channel, but we actually go over that in training, how to notarize something that doesn't even have notarial wording on it. Okay. So the key is you're not going to ever see every single document. I don't have a clue what I'm about to sign. I've never heard of it before. I haven't. But all I do know is when she gets here, I'm going to look over that document. I'm going to follow my process and I'm going to collect my money. Okay. And that's what I teach you too, how to learn how to handle any piece of paper. I don't want you to be afraid of any piece of paper. I always compare to a doctor. A doctor. He may be an eye doctor. He may be an ear doctor, but there are certain basics that even he can work on dogs, he can work on cows, he can work on any kind of person, place, person or animal because he's a doctor. You're going to be a doctor in the notary space. Any piece of paper somebody give you, you're going to know what to do with it. And for example, DJ, if you're just say you're in Florida, all your documents are not going to come from Florida. So you need to know how to handle it. If I'm in Georgia and you're in Florida and I come to you, are you going to say, no, ma'am, you got to go back to Georgia? or no, sir, you got to go to California. No, you need to know how to process any piece of paper somebody put in front of you. So that's what we do at Notary Educators. I always like to say we do the fun part. We get in the dirt with you. I like to help you from the ground up. Okay. And you're going to still learn how to market and do all the bells and whistles. And we're not touting you're going to make $10,000 a month. You can, if you really be about that hustle. Now that's $365 a day. So you can do it, but I don't do it. I don't make that kind of money because I'm not about that hustle like that. I'm not going to Atlanta all day, every day. I'm not driving 2 hours away all day, every day. But you can make it. But I'm about foundational training. If you are ready to learn how to notarize anything and how to do it like a what? Like my shirt saying, notarize like a pro. If that's what you're ready to do, then you need to be in our mentorship program. And you will also have the marketing class. We have a marketing class. We have the Canva. We have everything, all the little fancy stuff that people like to tell you about. We have all of that. But I already know if you don't know how to stamp that paper, if you don't, you have no business doing business. So again, I don't know what this document looks like. I would love to be able to show it to you, but I doubt if that's going to be a possibility because I'm going to end the live when she gets here. I'm going to have to end the live. Let me have Jeff on standby to notarize in case this live, because this live is kind of popping. So I hate to leave it. My husband is a notary also. He is part of Notary Educators. So he's one of our trainers too. He focuses more on the tech part. Like if you get stuck with your scanner and doing your scan backs and stuff like that, that's what he does. So the mentorship covers everything you need in your business. That's why I said earlier, people come because they need to learn how to notarize. They need to learn how to notarize like a pro. They need to get that confidence and all that stuff, right? But they stay in mentorship because it helps them grow their business. Boom. Boom. That's how we get to do this so many years. You don't get to do what I get to do, and you don't know your craft. Like Denzel Washington. Denzel been an actor for how many years, y'all? How far I go back? St. Elsewhere, probably almost 50 years. You don't get to do what Denzel does, Halle Berry, Beyonce, okay? You don't get to do what they do and you're not good. Taylor Swift, okay? You don't get to do that. Am I the Beyonce of notary? I'll take it if y'all give it to me. But my point is, though, for real, you have to know your craft. You have to know your craft. And I don't get to come on YouTube and I don't deliver. Okay. I don't get to come sit here and my program is whacked. I don't. We must be delivering. I've been doing this now on YouTube for like 6 years, almost 6. Okay. Almost 6. I didn't do mentorship initially when I first started YouTube. People would ask me to, but I could not deliver it in such a way that it would be beneficial for you and for me. I don't do anything just to put something out, just to get your money. I've never operated like that. Never. So once we realize, you know what, let's give the people the courses so they can learn what to do. Oh, but let's also meet with them at least once a week to make sure they're implementing. Oh, but let's give them community where they can talk about it amongst themselves, or we can chime in when needed. Oh, how about when they get stuck on an assignment, we can help them. Not just us, but now the community is being trained. They can chime in. So it's not just all falling on me. And when I first started, people would say, can you help me? Can you be my mentor? What they really were saying is, I don't know what to do. Can you build my business for me? Now, is it a reality that I can build my business and your business at the same time? You see my phone be ringing. Boom. I can't build my notary business and your notary business at the same time. It's just impossible. So your girl is actually a real working notary. Okay. As you can see today, I'm a real working notary. So in addition to running Notary Educators, I also run None Better Mobile Notary. All right. So my client just pulled up. Let me see. I don't think I can flip the camera. I was going to show y'all. Yeah. Can I flip the camera? Let me see. Yeah, I can't flip the camera. So she just pulled up and I have to go because she was about 5 minutes out. So I am going to end here, guys, but I'm going to look for you all over in mentorship at the live event or when I go live again tomorrow. Okay. So for all things notary, check out notaryeducators.com. And that coupon code, if you want to check out a single course, is going to be, you can buy as many as you want. WIN, WIN 2025. Okay. And Notarize Like a Pro would be where I tell everybody to start because you got to know how to stamp the paper. And then you can get the additional courses or check out either mentorship option or even the replay library. Okay, so we got you covered on anything you need notary. All right. So on behalf of Notary Educators with Kimmi, I'm going to say have a great day. Be blessed, and I will see you guys soon. Okay, I keep doing that because I'm looking for my client, and I like to meet them at the door. Okay, bye guys. Until next time. Thanks for hanging out.
Thanks for tuning in to the Notary Educators with Kimmi podcast. We hope you found today's episode helpful and inspiring as you build your notary business. Don't forget to explore our all-inclusive $47 monthly training notary library for more resources to expand your skills and services. Stay connected with us on YouTube at Notary Educators with Kimmi for even more tips, tricks, and industry insights. Be sure to subscribe and share this podcast with others who want to succeed in the notary field. Until next time, keep growing and learning, and take your notary business to the next level. See you soon! Don't forget, for all things notary related, visit notaryeducatorsllc.com.